Hey, what's going on, guys? Team Fusion here, back with another video. And in today's video, we are doing a deck profile for number 96, Dark Mist. Definitely another one of the more unique decks that I own. Yesterday, I posted a poll about which deck profile you would like to see. Predaplants and Dark Mist tied, but I didn't have all the cards yet for Predaplants. I was missing like 2 extra deck cards, while number 96 was fully completed. So anyways, let's get into it. Starting things off, I run 3 copies of Maleseverus Knife. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 Maleseverus monster in your graveyard, except for Maleseverus Knife, and special summon that target. Basically, the Maleseverus monsters were used by Dark Mist in the anime to help him summon himself, pretty much. I'll run 3 copies of Maleseverus Fork. You can send one other fiend monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. In the last Maleseverus monster, 3 copies of Maleseverus Spoon. When a Maleseverus monster with a different name is normal summoned or special summoned to your side of the field except during the damage step, you can target 1 level 2 fiend type monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Its effects are negated, but you can only use the effect of Maleseverus Spoon once per turn. That's it for the Maleseverus lineup. There are only 3 monsters, unfortunately. Be cool if we got like a Maleseverus Spork or something. Next up, just for generic level 2s that spec themselves, 3 copies of Caligo Clawcrow. If you control Dark Monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Caligo Clawcrow once per turn this way. Basically, it's a level 2 Dark Monster. It specs itself from the hand to help you summoning number 96. Next up, I run 3 copies of Umbral Horror Ghost. During your main phase, you can special summon this card and 1 level 4 lower fiend type monster from your hand. You cannot normal summon / set during the turn you activate this effect. You can only use this effect of Umbral Horror Ghost once per turn. Again, just like with Caligo Clawcrow, just a level 2 dark monster that can easily spec itself. Next up, I run 3 copies of Evil Hero Infernal Prodigy. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. And that last effect's not really useful because you're not running any other heroes. Infernal Prodigy just specs itself from the hand. It's an easy level 2. Rounding out the monsters, I run 2 copies of Cap Shell. This one doesn't spec itself, but has a variety of effects if it's used for certain types of summoning. Basically, if it's attached as an Xyz material for a Xyz monster's effect, you can draw a card. It doesn't spec itself or anything, I just, figure to be useful drawing a card if you use Dark Mist's effect. Entering the spell cards, I run 3 copies of Dark Eruption. Target a dark monster with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If you have Allure of Darkness, I highly suggest taking these 3 out for Allure of Darkness. I just don't have them, but that's something I highly suggest that you do if you have it. Next up, I run 2 copies of Rank Up Magic Quick Chaos. Number 96 has a Chaos form in this deck, which is why I run a Rank Up spell. Target 1 number Xyz monster you control, except for a number C monster. Special summon from your extra deck 1 number C monster with the same number in its name as that target, but 1 rank higher by using that as the monster as Xyz material. This is treated as an Xyz summon, transfer its materials to the summoned monster. Rounding out the spells, 1 copy of Foolish Burial. This is a very trap-heavy deck, as you're about to see. Going into trap cards, 3 copies of Numbers Protection. Just as the name kind of suggests, it's for the numbers protection. When a spell / trap or monster effect is activated while you control a number Xyz monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If a number Xyz monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use 1 number's protection per turn, and only once that turn. Basically, it's a good negation counter trap if you have number 96, because number 96 itself does not have any real protection. Next up, 3 copies of Call of the Haunted. Pretty self-explanatory, just revive a monster from the graveyard in attack mode. Now, getting into some of the more interesting things that I run. 3 copies of the Phantom Knights of Wrong Magnet Ring. Basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate that attack, and if you do, special summon this card in attack position as an effect monster, Warrior Dark, level 2, 0 attack, 0 defense, with the following effect. This is not treated as a trap. Quick effect, you can send this card and 1 face-up card you control to the graveyard, either a Phantom Knight's card monster or a Phantom Knight's continuous spell or trap. Draw 2 cards. Basically, I use it for the fact that it specs itself as a level 2 monster, allowing you to Xyz summon. And it also pairs rather nicely with the 3 copies of Phantom Knights of Lost Embrace. Target 1 face-up monster in the field. If that monster is still face-up on the field, the Phantom Knights monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, that target loses 600 attack. Also, its level becomes 2. These effects last until the end of the turn, then special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, warrior, dark, level 2. This is not treated as a trap card. Basically, again, this one also summons itself as a level 2 monster, helps you out with Dark Mist, and another Xyz monster we run in the extra deck. Finishing up the main deck, I run 2 copies of Crush Card Virus, just because I feel like being annoying. You contribute 1 dark monster with 1,000 or less attack. Your opponent takes no damage until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, and you look at your opponent's hand and all monsters they control, and if you do destroy the monsters among them with 1,500 or more attack, then your opponent can destroy up to 3 monsters with 1,500 attack or more attack in their deck. Again, I feel like being annoying. All of these monsters have relatively low attack, which makes them perfect for Crush Card Virus. Entering the extra deck, 3 copies of our boss monster, number 96, Dark Mist. It requires 3 level 2 monsters. Once per battle, when an attack's declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, have the attack of the opponent's monster, and if you do, this card gains the same amount of attack. Used to be very annoying, not so much now. It has little protection and 100, and 100 base attack, which is not much, but it gains attack through using its effect. Next up, I run 3 copies of its Chaos form, number C96, Dark Storm. It requires 4 level 3 dark monsters. You're not going to use that. You're not going to summon it that way. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, all battle damage you take from battles involving this card is also inflicted onto your opponent. This card is number 96, Dark Mist, as an exit material, gains the following effect. Once per battle, during either player's turn, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can detach 1 exit material from this card. The attack of the opponent's monster becomes 0, and if you do, this card gains the original attack for the opponent's monster. Very dangerous, especially since the Red Cup spell I run is quick play. So, you can just quickly, XC summon your Dark Storm, use that effect. Very terrifying. Last thing I run for the XCs, 1 copy of Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin, since I'm running those continuous traps. Cursed Javelin's not that bad of a monster to have. It requires 2 level 2 monsters. You can detach 1 XC material from this card and target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Until the end of the turn, change its attack to 0. Also, its effects are negated. This card can be activated during either player's turn if it has a Phantom Knights card as XC's material, which it will, thanks to the Phantom Knights traps we run. Anyway, that has been the number 96 deck profile. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And if you want, you can throw a comment down in the comment section below, and I will respond. Bye.